Hey guys, this is Chris O'Hearn with Strong Within, and it is 2012, a brand new year, and I can't believe 2011 has passed us by. It went so quick, and whether we like it or not, this year is going to keep moving ahead. So it's about how can we stay present and how can we enjoy the moment at the time. The last month I was focusing on New Year's resolutions and goals, and I wanted to just stay a little bit on this. Not that I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, but I see a lot of times we're waiting to set goals for something. We're waiting to start something once that New Year's happens. But if we want something, let's start going towards it right here and right now. And I think about this too. The good thing that I like about New Year's resolutions, it's about a chance. People see it as a chance for a new start. They're excited about it. They're ecstatic about going towards this. So let's use that momentum to propel us forward. But again, it's not let's not wait for something to a certain time frame to come so then we can start changing our life. Let's start doing something right here, right now. I'm going to talk about accountability and what you need to help to keep you more in line with your goals. But I wanted to talk about a few things before I get into that accountability. I wanted to talk about a lot of times I see where people aren't reaching the success that they want because they believe that their success is determined by some external factor. This is going to help me to this. This is holding me back from this. This person's going to help me to this. This person's going to hold me back to this. And granted, there are things that will help us, but in the end, your success is determined only on you. You're going to decide whether you can or you can't. You're going to decide what you can have and what you can't have. And when we look to something as an external factor is holding us back from our lack of success or giving us success, we're powerless to influence change because something else is holding us from that or something else is giving us that. So understand that success comes from you. When I'm working with people, there's something that I help them to realize, that when you're trying to change, it is not about trying. There's a quote that I like in Star Wars, and Yoda says it, so if you know Star Wars, cool. If you don't, that's fine. You don't need to know it. But he says, do or do not. There is no try. And I look at it. Let's say we're trying to pick up a piece of trash to make this as an easy example. You don't try and pick up the piece of trash. You either do or you don't. All these things are going to be about changing this mindset, changing your lifestyle, and going towards it. Doesn't mean that we have to be successful and have everything figured out in this and this and this, but it's about understanding that it's moving forward. It's about understanding that this is not something that we're going to try. Because when I hear people say I'm going to try, they're not committed. They're saying, well, I gave it my best and I tried, but it's a way of giving ourselves a way out. Don't try. Go towards your goal. Do it. Keep working towards it every day. Keep working towards what you want. Don't try. Keep going towards that. So those are the few things that I wanted to talk about in the beginning, but I wanted to talk about accountability. Maybe the first thing that I'd say is, why don't you write down what could hold you accountable this year to your goals? You know, if you had some last year, why didn't you succeed with them? What was going on there? What held you back from some of those things? So look at, okay, what could hold me accountable this year? Write down a list of maybe some of the things that you did last year, whether you succeeded, whether you didn't, why you succeeded, why you didn't. And then let's see, what would you like to do to change this year? So the first thing that I think about with accountability is, do you have a partner? It doesn't mean that this person has to be going through it with you, such as if you chose working out. You know, it'd be great if they worked out with you. That would be good. But sometimes maybe it might even be that they're checking up with you. Whether it be, again, I said working out, going a nutrition plan, writing a book, working towards this new job. Do you have a partner who can help you out with this? Are they going to go through it with you? Are they going to check up with you? Are you going to check up with them? What would help you? Because only you are going to know what's best. But there are different ways to go about things. So the second thing is with goals. Write them down. This is something that I try to drill in my clients' minds all the time. Because we think, oh, I don't need to write this down. I'm going to remember this. I don't have that many goals. I'm going to remember this. It's kind of pointless to write this down. When you write your goals down, it makes them concrete. It makes them real. And a lot of times I forget this stuff. I'm so excited to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. Like I like to read so many books, and I'm trying to read 5 books at one time, that I'm on to that next thing and I forget about that first book that I was reading. And then either if I come back to it, I have to start over, or I just never come back to it. So write them down so you can keep coming back to it. Review them, revise them. Do you know the difference between a goal and a wish? A goal is a dream with a deadline. And a lot of times, it doesn't mean that you have to have everything figured out. But if we start putting dates on certain things. I want to write this book by 2013, or I want to have these chapters written by this date, or I want to start going to school by this date, or I want to start my nutrition plan right now, and I want to be at this goal by this certain time. Doesn't mean that it has to be perfect or we have to have every success planned out, but it starts moving us towards it. It starts helping our mind to say, okay, well, this is real. This is something that I'm going towards, because when I look at this, I could say, well, I want to start working out. That could mean anytime. That could be right before I die for all we know. So it may sound silly, but when you start getting more specific with your goals, it's easier for your mind to see it, and it's easier for you to visualize it, and it's easier for you to start going towards it. There are two things I want to talk about mindsets. I want to talk about motivation. A lot of times when we're going towards something, we're waiting for motivation to move us before we get moving. Such as we want to work out, so once I feel like it. I'm waiting to start this nutrition plan. Once I feel like eating this food and getting into this diet, then I'll do it. Once I want to go towards this new job, once I feel comfortable and I feel I have all this stuff down and I can go back to school, then I'll do it. Motivation comes from movement. A lot of times when I'm training people in the gym, they don't want to come to the gym, but they're coming to see me, they're coming because it becomes a habit of who they are, and they go do it. And then that motivation happens, and they feel good that they've done it. These things that we're trying to do, we're trying to create these habits of it becoming who you are. So start doing it right now. Instead of waiting for motivation to move you, go towards your goal every day. And keep going towards it, and don't wait for that motivation to move you.